Hey y'all. So welcome back to your weekly reading. Um, Hope your week has gone well. It's been a really wet, rainy week here, so please, in your energy workings, healings, magics, keep everyone in the Southwest Virginia area, Southeastern Kentucky, and Northeastern Tennessee in your magical healing bubble. There's a lot of flooding going on again here. But other than that, I figured we would kind of go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using the Slow Holler deck this week. So we will do what we normally do. Do a little meditation to get the number 1, the number 2, or the number 3 for your card for the week. And then we will come back up out of the meditation and we will shuffle and pick the 3 cards and then go from there. So at this time, let's ring the bell to clear the air and the energy. And I invite you to sit calmly, comfortably, feet on the floor, hands up in your lap, and close your eyes. And let's take a deep breath in and fully exhale. And let's do another breath to go ahead and fully relax. And exhale. Allow your breathing to return to normal and feel the relaxation washing over you from the crown of your head, down your shoulders, moving down your arms and your chest, down your stomach and over your lap, running down your legs, down to your feet and under your feet, and you feel yourself fully relaxed. And now we say, universe, which number between 1 and 3 is a card that's meant for me? Universe, which card numbered between 1 and 3 is meant for me? Universe, which card numbered 1, 2, or 3 is meant for me? Show me that number and allow that number to appear on the screen of your mind. Perhaps you'll hear it, or you'll just intuitively feel it. Allow that number to arise. And once the number is there, we say, thank you, universe, for showing me that number. And now, raising your hand and using it like an eraser on a blackboard, we erase that number. And now, we will take a deep breath in and exhale. And wiggle your toes and your fingers and move your head and open your eyes. All right. And so now we will shuffle the cards. And then I like the spread spreading them out and moving them around. We will have card number 1. Card number 2. And card number 3. So card number 1 is the Guild. Now this deck is a little different than a regular tarot deck. It's still 78 cards. Some of them are renamed, so the Guild, you are being tasked with connecting and creating community this week. It is about reestablishing connections, perhaps to organizations or groups that you have neglected or not been in contact with for a little while. It is about reconnection, finding people that feed your spirit and feed your soul, really coming back into an organization to create change, not just in your life, but in your community's life at large. There is a lot of work to be done, and the Guild is there to help set up the processes. So this is really your call to get engaged this week. And it may be a women's auxiliary, it may be a coven, it may be a sewing circle, it may be a union. If you find that people are asking you to join something, always do your research and make sure you're not joining something that could be harmful, but be open to new organizations, be open to stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something new. It may be going to a open mic night and sharing your voice and your songs to this group. It's not just about like a guild in the sense of like a Mason's guild or anything like that. The Guild is about coming together. So that is kind of your task for this week, is to step out of your comfort zone, possibly be reconnecting with people from your past that you used to work with, whether that's working in a spiritual group or working in a business of old employees, that kind of thing. Just be open to reconnecting and stepping out and trying new things. Card number 2 is the 2 of Branches. And so this might be a little hard to see with the lower lights today, but there will be a picture at the end, closer up of the cards. 2 of Branches is kind of a beehive at the bottom with 2 branches growing up through a rib cage. So with the 2 of Branches, I get a sense that, one, take care of your health. That's this big thing. Like the number 2s this week, really, take care of your own personal health. There's a lot of health issues coming up with this card for me, whether it is lung issues, pneumonias, flus, COVID, that kind of thing. Just be sure that you are taking care of yourself. But with the 2 of Branches, this is also, I get a lot of information about building bridges, working on forgiveness, not forgetting, but forgiveness. That it is kind of the extending the olive branch, and it's more for you than it is for them during this week. It feels that there is, by forgiving, is a good step in healing, which is also what this card is really talking about for me this week, is a lot of healing work that you need to be doing. So I would say focus on, if you do magical work for healing, really start doing healing work, whether that's the way that, like with the Cabots, we send healing energy to one another, specific colors for specific issues. We can do it for ourselves as well. If you're doing Reiki, I would suggest doing Reiki on yourself and Reiki for other people. Going to therapy, dealing with that on that level, any emotional, mental, and even physical issues that you would want to deal with in therapy, whether that's mental health therapy or whether it's physical therapy. This is the week to really take a focus on your own healing and forgiveness. And some of that is forgiving yourself for things that you may have done. Especially with that rib cage, it just keeps coming back up. It's almost like you have caged yourself in with a lot of things, and the branches growing up through it are saying like it's time to break free from that cage. It's really time to start working hard and looking at yourself sometimes in an unflattering light, and sometimes looking at others in unflattering lights and saying, yes, this was the issue, this is what caused us to break apart and separate and caused a division, but it's time to let my anger or my hurt go. That doesn't mean that I forget what you did. It just means that I'm not going to hold on to this anymore, and let it keep me trapped. So card number 2, people, the 2 of branches, this is going to be an emotional week for you. There's going to be a lot of things coming up where you are going to have to face up to some things, and whether that's things that you did or things that other people did, or things that you didn't do that you think you should have done. Just be gentle with yourself. Give yourself grace. We are all human. We all make mistakes. So then card 3, we have the 5 of Stones. And here, again, these cards are a little dark to see. It is an armadillo with 5 geodes falling around it. And so here, just, again, kind of, I don't want to be like, ooh, a warning card, but it is pay attention to your finances, pay attention to your energy. Don't spend more than you need to be spending. Don't take unnecessary financial risk this week. Don't take unnecessary emotional risk this week. I would say any big conversation about relationships, whether they're friend relationships, romantic relationships, or business relationships, I would honestly say at this point, see if you can't put them off for another week, because there is going to be a lot of hurt feelings. There's going to be a lot of loss this week for you. So mitigating that as best you can is going to be important. I would say if you are looking at there might be an issue at your job, kind of expect those issues to be coming up and being bigger or overblown than they might have been another week. So putting on your diplomacy hat is going to be very important this week with the 5 of Stones. And again, making sure that you are watching your money, not taking any unnecessary expenses on board, stopping any subscriptions to streaming apps or whatever that you might need to do. You might need to find that you're tightening your belt a little bit this week, just for financial security. I know it's tax season, so that's never a fun time for a lot of people. You might get hit with a bigger tax bill than you thought you were going to be hit. Just expect kind of the unexpected this week, which is kind of an ironic thing to say, expect the unexpected. How can you expect something that's unexpected? But don't be taken by surprise if there are some harder hits this week than you are expecting. And so again, kind of like with card 2 here, give yourself grace, give yourself the time to say, this has been a very emotional, tough day. I am going to go home and I'm going to put on my comfort TV show and have a nice glass of tea or wine or whatever, and really just disconnect if you need to. That will be important. So those are your cards. We have the Guild, the Two of Branches, and the Five of Stones. So yes, please feel free to comment below on any thoughts or opinions or feelings you have about the cards this week, or just in general. I do love interacting with you all, so please feel free to interact more. My Patreon is up and going. These videos get posted there. They're also on YouTube under the Witch of Johnson City, so that's an easy way to just kind of find it. I will be at Atlantis on Monday the 17th, this upcoming Monday. I'm doing readings between 1 and 5, really appointment-based. So if I don't have appointments between 3 and 5, I usually do cut out a little early. So if you want to see me, please call Atlantis in Johnson City and set up an appointment. And if I'm there and you just happen to walk in, I do take walk-ins if I'm there. But like I said, I do prefer to work on an appointment schedule. So yeah, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out in the comments, or you can send me a private message on Facebook, Instagram, or Patreon, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days, just because I am busy with my 9 to 6 job, cutting hair. So with all that said, I hope you have a great week, and blessed be.